Can you see my can you hear my audio? Is it showing right now? Hello everyone. I cordially welcome you to this Aaroh music production workshop day 1. Sorry for the delay, and let us move on. So I want to begin by saying what is exactly a DAW. Many of you must have heard it before, and many of you might have used it and made some production too. But I want to give you a quick idea about what is a DAW. A DAW is a digital audio workstation in which you can produce music. So there are many DAW available out there, digital audio workstations available out there, and you can use whatever you want. For example, I'm using, and I'll be demonstrating by using Mac, and I'll be using the software Logic Pro X. And you can use for Windows. There are multiple softwares available. For example, there is Ableton, and there is Cubase, and there is FL Studio, and many things. I'm sure you must have come across many DAWs, but essentially the principles apply to all the DAWs. The same principles apply to everything. So okay, now to start off with, let me just quickly bring up this Logic Pro. I'm sure you can all see this Logic window. So this is the Logic Pro X software. So when I try to open a new file, okay, so you will see this setup right here, and there are for when you start, you can choose some multiple types of tracks. I'll come to it. What is it? Bars. So these are bars. So if I click right here, it shifts the bar, the measure to this bar. So if I can just do it. So I can shift the bars to left and right, and it will place the cursor right there. So the default patch that you see here, this classic electric piano. So if I try to play it, so this is nothing but a default patch which you get from Logic Pro X. If you select software instrument, you will get a default patch. Okay, but after that, if you click this option right here, this is a library. Okay, so if you click this option right here, you will see multiple set of instruments. Let me just take a quick poll here. Okay, so here what is happening is that you can see multiple instruments, and for example, if I click this drum kit, you will see various types of drum kit. For example, let me select this bluebird. Okay, so I can play with this. So okay, so I can play. So these are pre-recorded instruments which you can play. Okay, and this is the library. So there are multiple set of instruments. So drum kit, guitars, keyboards, even orchestral. So for example, if you want to compose an symphony or a cinematic composition, you can choose your instrument from this set of instruments. So there are strings. Okay, so then if you come here, there is synthesizer and many other stuff. We can talk about this later. So the next thing that you see here is that this tab. So this is nothing but inspector. Okay, So inspector tab is nothing but, so this button right here will tell you what each icon is. For example, if I click this, you can see here that whatever icon I'm pointing, it will tell. For example, if I point to this, it will read me as record button, record to the selected track. Or if I go to here, this is metronome button, so it will give whatever information that I need. Okay, so this here is the inspector. Okay, so here is where you apply effects, or essentially many type of effects that you apply to the MIDI track. Okay, we'll cover everything in the upcoming sessions. Okay, and if I try to create, if I want to create an audio track, I'll just have to click here and create. Okay, so yeah, now I have got an audio track, and you can record also. For example, I can just press this button, record button, and I can record. I can stop by using space. Okay, so if I play this, okay, so yeah, so you can record. Okay, for time's sake, let me just deal with audio and MIDI tracks for now. Okay, we will explore all the other tracks. For example, this, what is this external MIDI, what is this guitar or bass, or what is this drummer, in the upcoming sessions. But for now, let me just give you a quick intro of these two things: software instrument and audio. To really understand this, I have taken you an example. Okay, let me open this project. Okay, I don't need this, so I'm not going to save it. Okay, okay, so this is sung by one of our club members. I mean, two of our club members. So they are Sai and Himanshu, and I have taken this because you see that many instances we tend to record audio by using video, isn't it? So we record live performances. Okay, so when you are doing that, it kind of raises inherent problem. Okay, so first we need to understand that there are two types of audio tracks. Okay, there are yeah, so there are two types of audio tracks. One is stereo audio track, and the other one is mono track. So what is stereo and what is mono? I think you might have come across this term stereo many times. When you watch a movie or something, they'll say that this is stereo, like a type effect. And even when you hear some songs, you will kind of hear sounds traveling through your headphones, and that is exactly what it is. Stereo audio track means that it has both left and right information. Okay, so stereo audio track is a track which has both left and right information, because essentially when we hear by using our headphones, we essentially hear by using two pair of earphones or headphones, we have left and we have right. So stereo track is having information about both left and right, and this is good. You may say, okay, yeah, it has more information about the audio, so this is good, you will say. But yes and no, it's good and not good. So a mono track, we'll come to why it's not good. A mono track has only one information, only one track. Okay, it if when you put your earphones and when you hear the mono audio track, you kind of hear it in the center, because both the left and right information are same. That's the main difference between a stereo and an mono track. Okay, so why the stereo track raises a problem? Okay, to demonstrate this, we have to listen to this video. Okay, so we have to listen, because when I'm recording with my microphone, because when you start to produce, you are essentially encountering this because okay, let me just play this, then we can talk. Okay, let me turn off all the effect, and we can see that how can you improve. Okay, so let me play it from the start. Okay, so this is without effects. Okay, without any effects, the raw video that which you are hearing. Okay, so that was the performance. Okay, so when you look at this track, okay, when I plainly present it to you, there is nothing much happening here. Okay, but when you hear it in headphones, what essentially is happening is that you kind of have this sort of intensity difference between your right and left earphones, and we can visualize that, because see, if you pull this down, for example, if I make this bigger, make this track bigger, you can see that there are actually two tracks. See, there are actually two tracks. Okay, so the top one is the left one and the bottom one is the right one. Okay, and you can see that these two are not same. Okay, they may seem similar but they are not the same. Okay, so now we have a stereo track. Okay, how do you know if this track is in stereo mode? See, you see this small icon right here. Okay, you see this, like right here there is this small symbol, okay, of two circles. This means that this track is in stereo. Okay, and you can see this symbol here too. So if you see here, channel mode, so your channel, a track is called also a channel, so a channel is in stereo mode. Okay, you can make it mono also, we'll talk about it later. Okay. Sorry, just a minor issue. It got resolved right now. Yeah, as I was saying that um, this performance that you see here. So if I just let me do it once more. Okay, so when you see this track, it looks as if it is a single track. Okay, but as you can see that it has like two circles here. You can see. So this means that it is a stereo track. So if I pull down here, you can actually see two tracks. Okay, so this two track is nothing but the left and right information of the stereo mode. Okay, so inherently, so here in this leftmost you know screen, you can see that near the input there is also two circles. Okay, so these two circles means that this track is in stereo mode. Okay. So now if we want to see the difference, okay, take this position right here. Okay, let me play. Okay, so in this in this position right here, you can clearly see that there is an inherent difference between two tracks. Okay, so if you zoom it out, so the left track has more intensity than the right one. Okay, it's well and good if you want your performance to be just as it is like that, it's fine, but there are certain things that you can do to improve upon it. Okay, so that's what we'll be talking about now. I think I almost have half an hour more, I think so. Oh yeah, it's only 26 minutes. Okay, so I can go on. Okay, so first of all, there are I think many of you must have heard about these names like equalizer, compressor, and reverb, and many gain, or many such things you might have heard. So how to use these things in context? Okay, so when I click here, so I have already done this thing so that I can show you. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so now first one of the things that I did that was to apply a channel equalizer. So this is the equalizer plugin. Okay, if you can see this. Okay, so essentially what this means is that the equalizer takes it is in the name. Okay, you need to equalize everything. Okay, to put in the context, equalizer, what it does is that it takes certain portions of the audio and the equalizer analyzes it by frequency, and you want to reduce the volume of particular frequencies. Okay, so for example, there are multiple modes here. Okay, so this is called a shelf. Okay, this orange thing, this is called a shelf. So I can let me pull up another one. I don't want to change this. Okay, let me pull up. Okay, so this orange one is called as a shelf. Okay, so what it does is that it just boosts up the lower part. Okay, so you can drag this left and right. Okay, and you can see the information down here. So right now I am at 94 hertz. My this point is at 95 hertz, and whatever frequency I am seeing before that 95 hertz is going to be amplified, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so okay, so this what this does is that it takes whatever frequency which is there on the behind this, which is lower than now 119 hertz or say 92 hertz, it boosts it. Okay, so this is the amount of boosting, 8.5 decibels. So I am taking whatever frequency which is present in this audio below this 92 hertz, and I am increasing it to 8.5 decibels, and the small number which you see here down is called the Q factor. So what is Q factor? Okay, before me explaining what it does, let me just change it. Okay, I can click this and I can drag this. Okay, so for example, or I can click and drag. Okay, so what it does, if I increase this Q factor, you can see that it's kind of becoming like, you know, very flat, or very this, you can see that the slope is changing. Okay, when I'm increasing it to 2, it kind of becomes very steep, and when I'm decreasing it, it kind of becomes very flat. Okay, so what it does, you can see it right here, the Q factor, you know, decreases slope, and then when you keep your point at 92 hertz, it not only increases the volume of the previous frequencies, it also increases the volume of the frequencies which are slightly greater than it. Okay, so here, so these frequencies also get amplified. Okay, so then, okay, now this right here is called as a low shelf. Okay, there are two. Okay, low shelf, this is left one is a low shelf, and right one is the high shelf. Okay, if you just pull up this, it essentially what it does is that it cancel out all the low frequencies. Okay, so let me just demonstrate this by using this. Okay, let me play. Okay, you can see that when I pull this, okay, let me pull this. Okay. See that the low frequencies are getting cancelled out. Okay, let me just pull this right here. Okay, and when you do this high filter, what it does is that it cancels out all the high frequencies. We can do that and see. See, all the high frequencies have gone. Okay, so this is called a high pass. Okay. Okay, so okay, I think all the issues got sorted out, right? So, I can move on. Okay, so the middle ones are called bell curves. So it kind of looks like a bell only. So what it does is it kind of selects the particular frequency, and you can amplify it. For example, okay, let me just play this and we can see what it does. what it does is that it kind of takes all the frequencies available in this region and it increases it. So here you can see also the Q factor. Okay. The Q factor, if I try to increase this Q factor, what it does is that it kind of selects the particular frequency. It can go up to like 100 also, and you can increase this up to like 24. So when you are at 100, whatever frequency you have selected, only that becomes amplified. Okay, becomes amplified. Okay, so it's kind of like a ratio. Okay, I think you must have come across this normal distribution curves or Gaussian distribution curves, and it is exactly that Gaussian normal distribution. So when you try to reduce this and kind of decrease the Q factor, so it becomes a little fat, then I'll increase this. Okay, so what are these uses? Okay, I know what it does, so let me play it. Let me move it. You see that the particular frequencies get so much amplified here. Let me also increase the Q factor, then you can very clearly see that. Okay, so let me play it once again so we can see the exact effects. Let me move it left and right so you can see. Even you can hear the specific tone of the guitar. So at this frequency, around this frequency is that specific string of the guitar. So listen very closely. Okay, listen very closely. I think you can hear that specific place where the specific tuned string of the guitar, like you can hear that. Okay, so this is the main, this is a cool feature of this one. Okay, so what is the use of this? Okay, actually there are many types of channel equalizers. Okay, and what I'm using is called channel EQ, which is a very commonly used. Okay, so when you hear this audio, you can see that. Okay, to understand this, we have to look at this part. Can you hear that there is something in the guitar, like unwanted noise? There is something in the guitar. If you listen very carefully, so what happens is that usually when guitarists strum, they access the higher harmonic frequencies as well, so we don't want that. And there might be some because when they're strumming, essentially what they do is that they kind of strum in the same area, so, and that's kind of good for us, because we can actually select that particular frequency which is not required for us. which may be detrimental to this, and we can eliminate that. For example, so in this track what I have done is that, let me take this up. Okay, so I have done this equalizing. Okay, so essentially when I play this from start, okay, let me turn this up, let me zero this. Okay, when I listened to this audio, okay, so I found that around this frequency there are some noise. How did I find that? By using this type of things only. So when I just turn this up and increase this, I can find, for example, like I can play this audio. So this is how you proceed. Okay, when you take an audio track with guitar, and we will discuss a lot more instruments, or any other instrument. If you take, there might be some sounds which are detrimental to the whole experience of it. Okay, so now we can find and we can eliminate it. Okay, it's sort of like noise reduction, but not really noise reduction, because you are doing it manually. Okay, let me play it. Let me turn off this. Let me increase this. I think you can hear this. Something that is not required for us. Okay, let me go back. Around this, if I move this cigarette here, see, even here, something we don't want, some frequency. Okay, so now what I do, I select this, then I increase the Q factor, or I keep this as it is, and then I do -24. Okay, I just reduce it. Okay, now if you can hear, you can actually hear the difference. Let me turn on this also. So around here also there was some sort of noise. So around this frequency there was some noise. Okay, if I play it again, then you can really see. So this is without any reduction. So this is with reduction. See? You can really hear it. Let me play it again so you can see the proof of concept. Okay. Still I feel that there are some places which I can improve. For example, around here there is some sort of tapping noise that I don't want. Maybe I can find that too. So I can increase this. Now what should I do? I should scroll back and forth and find that. See? Something. don't want this, so what I do, I reduce this. See, immediately the audio has improved. Okay, let me play it without and with. With the channel EQ now. See, there's some difference. Okay, so this is about EQ, and we will discuss more about EQ in the upcoming days. Okay, so this is about EQ. Then I